assume you're starting with page 1?
Yes, we'll be starting page
Yeah.
1.
And Ed is going to be reading the stage directions.
What? Oh, awesome. Okay.
Well, when he shuts
I
up,
have to
it's
have
your
something
turn
to do.
talk.
Let's start at the beginning. I
That's the beginning.
suppose.
We'll try that, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah. At the
Okay,
very
so-
beginning, could we get Rick Mason to announce the very beginning, the Scottish play by Ed
The
Thomas?
Scottish Play by Edward J. Thomas. This is the 10th anniversary of the world premiere, played at the Broadway on Stage, which no longer exists, but and a couple of us probably don't either. So now, without further ado, the author and tonight's host, Mr. Edward J. Thomas.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here and for putting up with the last 15 minutes as we scrambled. Sorry to have to pull you in like that, Diana. But yeah, we thought that Christy would be here, but I guess not. But thank you. This was at least meant to be the reunion of everybody who we still have from the original cast. I did want to start off by mentioning Maureen and raising a glass because she cannot be here, unfortunately. But to Maureen, which could be here. But
And here's one to Christie's.
Here in spirit.
Here's one to
Let me
Dennis
get a
McGear's
glass
here.
of wine.
And-
Oh no,
That
don't
sounds good to
start
me.
her on the wine.
Hey, come back.
Now,
I will be just a moment. I'll pour it really quick.
yeah, that's
It's
okay. I'm not quite
She's
done
not in
yet.
the first couple pages.
I'm pouring as we speak.
Now, I would ask that those of you in the audience, thank you for being here. If you would, unless you have background noise, if you would unmute yourselves because we would like to hear you. If there is any laughter or such, there's a bunch of actors right here. They need to hear the reaction of the audience. So
We have no self-esteem.
yeah, something like that. But thank you for being here. And if we're and speaking of the devil, just as I was about to start, guess who's coming in?
Ooh.
Chrissy. Chrissy is coming in.
Oh my God.
I am so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry to keep everyone waiting. And it's great to see you all.
Great to see you. You're
That's
bringing in
cool.
your understudy here.
That's
But
fair.
she's-
That's
But
fair.
she's a drunk, so
Ain't no problem with dropping a drink every now and then.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, now you got Christine back, so you're good. I'll go back to watching it, enjoying it.
Yes. And don't
All right.
Don't Diana.
Nice to
because we want to
see you,
hear
Diana.
Yes, Terry, take care.
thank you
Bye,
so
Terry.
much.
No
for-
problem.
and thank you for stepping in last minute and hey there, Chrissy.
And
Yeah,
stepping
and
out, right?
actually, feel free to continue. I don't mean to speak over. I'm so sorry.
I was just about to start, so we
We're good.
could just raise a glass
You're good.
to Maureen. So if you've got a glass, raise
Cheers.
one.
There you go.
But you have your script, I hope. You could-
Yes, it is. My computer is frozen, so I'm just logging in now. But yes, I got the email with the script, but I'm just logging in.
All right.
And just a reminder that the split scene in the first scene of the second act is not actually in the main script. It is in the other file that I sent. So when we get to pages 58 through 60 in the main script, you got to switch over to the other one.
Gotcha.
Just so you know, because that'll be totally smooth,
Yep.
just like this has been the last 20 minutes.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm logging into the email right now. I think it's unfrozen.
Then you know the drink.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Christina, I got your friends behind me.
Let's
Don't you miss them?
see.
They
It
want to
is
say
great to
hi.
see you all.
Good to see you too.
Although suddenly we can't. Video feed
Yeah,
is
hold
gone.
on. No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Just a second. Two-step verification. Hold on. Phone out here.
Ah, modern technology.
Yeah. Is your phone
I
on?
love
Hello?
show business.
Did we do the show yet?
You know what?
It's over already.
Is it over?
Yes.
We already did the whole show. Oh.
Because I have to go to the loo.
Better than going on the stage
Right.
or in your pants.
True.
I'll agree with that second one.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody asks boxers or briefs. I always say depends.
Let us know when you're ready.
Goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what is the problem.
Well, we're doing the Scottish
Okay.
play, so obviously something's going to go wrong.
Right?
No one's even said the name yet. You realize that?
Yeah, no one said the M word yet, but
This is good. This is good.
You mean Mother? Oh, Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard, yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh, how come I'm back on? What happened? I was trying to be a participant. What did I hit? I hit the wrong button.
You can
You're
watch
in
from
here.
there.
You can watch from here.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. All right. Carry on.
If we're just
Well,
observers, should we leave our video
yeah.
on?
As a third glass, we're really
Yes,
funny.
I was going to suggest that those in the audience to turn down the house lights and turn the video off, but leave your microphone on unless there's going to be background noise.
Drink heavily.
Okay.
I was just gonna leave my video off, makes it easier.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So I
Makes sense.
have Stu scene and the Scottish play.
Yes, we're going to start with the Scottish
Thank you
play.
for your patience. All right.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're ready, I will start because it starts with stage directions, and that's going to be my only job here, I hope. So at Rise, a mostly empty stage, there are a few chairs here and there around the edges, and a long table at one end with two chairs behind it. In one of these chairs sits Jeff, and after a few moments, Kevin enters carrying a script. He once in the center of the room, he spreads his arms wide as if welcoming himself home.
And thus it begins anew. And good day to you, Mr. Davidson. It is a spectacular day to be on the stage, is it not?
Well, if you say so.
You have doubts?
I'm never on stage, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you should be. There's no greater thrill than to trod the boards in front of hundreds of adoring patrons, sweating, crying, and bleeding your soul for all to see until there is but nothing left to give.
Image, I'll pass, thanks.
Wait. You smell that?
Smell what?
It's in the air. The scent of eager anticipation, a shift in the wind, the beginning of a brand new adventure, a new show, a new cast that, over time, will bond into a close-knit family. Oh, the lights, the sounds, the roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd, something like that. It all starts anew.
And it won't end anew for several more weeks, so don't use up all your energy tonight.
Oh, not to worry, my dear boy. That's impossible.
Yeah, I've learned that about you over the past couple of years.
And you'll learn so much more about me in the coming days and weeks. And I, you. We will make this production the most memorable ever.
You said that last year about the Music Man?
And I meant it. And I delivered, as I will with this production.
Yeah, I figured as much. Do you have a script yet?
Why, yes, I do. Ty was considerate enough to deliver one to me personally. Where is our acclaimed director, perchance?
Not here yet.
Oh, well, he's earned the right to be fashionably late.
Well, maybe, but it's still pretty early. Rehearsal isn't supposed to start for 15 minutes.
So, are you excited to be working with him?
I don't know about excited. Seems okay.
Oh, my dear boy, excitement should be absolutely welling up inside you. You are about to experience one of the greatest, experiences of your life.
I heard he used to be good.
Used to be. And just good? Oh, young man, he is one of the greatest directors of his generation. I should know. I studied with him in New York.
I didn't know that.
And now you do. I told you that you would learn things about me you hadn't known before. Anyway, that was where he
I'll
earned
wait for you
the
to come
title
down. No.
of Grand Master Director.
Courtesy, I'll leave it.
Really? Who gave him that title?
Yeah.
Well, I did, but he deserved it, and he went on to do such great things.
I heard. Broadway, London, touring shows, Masterpiece Theater, a couple of sitcoms. It's quite an impressive resume.
Impressive? Well, that's hardly the word. Inspiring, extraordinary, exciting, moving, stirring, and dare say a bit imposing. In other words,
Impressive.
yes, exactly.
Wonder why he's here.
Colette enters
Why?
unnoticed and looks around.
Why? Because I asked him to, of course.
Really?
Why, yes, I told him that, I told you that Ty and I are old friends. Why, there's nothing he wouldn't do for me, nor I him. Now, admittedly, working in a small, middle-of-nowhere theater is quite a step down, even for such a good friend as myself. But Ty isn't against slumming every now and again.
Slumming? Shit, from what I heard, this is the best job that man's had in a few years.
Oh, hello, Ms. Meander.
Hi, Colette.
It's Mrs. Thank you. My husband may be gone, but his memory still lingers.
Oh, is that why you brought that blonde-haired Adonis with you to the audition?
He's just a friend that came with me for support.
Well, I'm sure he could support quite a lot with those shoulders. And it looks as though he'd have to.
Don't try to change the subject by insulting me.
Why not? You've already started by insulting our intelligence.
Do you want to know why Ty is really here?
It's out of the goodness of his heart, I assure you.
That, and the fact that no professional theater in the world will have him. I've always kept up on theatrical news, particularly what's happening in New York and London, and I knew I'd heard his name before. That was one hell of a scandal.
What happened?
Regardless, Mrs. Meander, Ty was more than happy to hear from me.
Probably because you were the only one willing to give him something to do other than drink himself stupid. Not that he wouldn't have enjoyed that anyway.
If you disrespect the man that much, Colette, why did you audition for him?
Because I wanted to see for myself if this guy had any talent in him. Besides, I've always wanted a shot at playing Lady M.
But you're not.
I'm aware of that. I'm sure that role went to Lydia.
Lydia floats into
Do
the room
I
as if I'm
hear? Do I hear my name being spoken in here? Not in vain, I trust.
No, just discussing the casting and the director.
His name, I must say, she did take in vain.
Be fair, I never actually used his name.
Please, children, no arguing. Not on the first night of rehearsals. It starts the entire production off on the wrong foot.
Yes, I agree.
And an important rule of thumb, if you can't say anything nice, say nothing at all.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the cliche, but In that case, it looks like I've got nothing left to say.
Thank goodness for small favors.
Oh, you're one to talk, Professor Windbag.
I trust you do not argue in front of juries like this. You'd never win a case.
Children, please.
Okay, I'll go freshen up while we wait for our talented director to arrive. Come get me if he's here before I'm back, okay?
Someone had better keep an eye on that girl. She's liable to eat her young.
We should be thankful then that she doesn't have any.
That we're aware of. Who knows how many she may have eaten already?
So how have you been, darling?
Fantastic, wonderful, full of vigor and life and ready to start another great production.
I hope you've taken my advice and started doing yoga exercises. It's done wonders for my health.
Well, no, sorry, I haven't had the time.
Oh, why ever not, my dear? No matter. I'll see you fit as a fiddle before this production closes.
There's really no need.
Oh, don't want you breaking down, dear, like you did during The Music Man.
I told you that it was a very long, hard day.
Yes, I've heard about your long, hard days. Yoga will help you make me more limber.
Well, oh, true.
Well, you think about it, darling. We've got several months to go.
7 weeks.
7 weeks, that's all?
I've got the calendar right here.
Let me see that. Oh, why, Jeffrey, dear, you're right. Oh, well, no sense despairing over it. We've done shows on tight schedules.
None of them were Shakespeare, though.
Oh, do not panic, my sweet. William Shakespeare was a genius, but he also was, in short, just another author. His words are a touch more difficult to learn, but they are still, after all, only words.
Why, I have had the entirety of Romeo and Juliet memorized for the past 35 years.
Really? That's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Who did you play?
Oh, well, no one. I wasn't in it.
Oh, so did you work on it? Props, costumes?
No, I've never been involved in any production of that marvelous piece of art in any capacity. I simply read it so often, I learned it.
Wow.
I wanted to play Romeo, you see.
Too bad it never worked out for you. To learn the whole thing and never perform it.
Yes, well, there's always hope for the future.
True. Which part would you want? Lord Montague or Lord Capulet?
I told you, Romeo.
Really?
What? You don't think I could play the part?
Well,
I'll have you know that I've done a piece from that show at every audition I've ever attended.
all of them?
Of course. Even for shows I wasn't actually auditioning for.
Well, I believe in you, darling, even if dear young Jeffrey doesn't.
Thank you, dear Lydia.
You're most welcome.
Okay, Alan Stu enter.
Oh, I see our friend Albert was cast in our little production. Well done, Albert.
Thanks, Kevin. Same to you.
And you are...
Stu Williams. Hi.
You're new to our little group, aren't you?
Yeah, I was just looking for something to do in my spare time. I ain't acted since I was a kid, but I thought this was a good place to start again.
Well, maybe you should have started with something easier, lighter. Yeah, Shakespeare can be kind of tough for some people.
No, not for me. I've always liked to read it.
Really?
Yeah, particularly this Macbeth.
Darling, you can't say the name of that play while you're in the theater. And as a rule of thumb, you probably shouldn't say it anywhere else either.
Well, why not?
It's bad luck.
No, well, I don't believe in bad luck.
Now is a very good time to start. From now on, you should learn to either refer to it as a Scottish play or simply not refer to it at all.
While I agree on principle, Lydia dear, don't you think we could forego that particular theatrical rule on this one? After all, we are going to be performing the piece. We're going to have to refer to it at some point.
Yes, Lydia, I have to admit, I'm surprised that you even auditioned for this.
But I felt the need to challenge myself.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be a challenge to do the show and not to just refer to it.
Well, since my character has never actually says the word, I believe I shall succeed.
As you always do.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, you are, as always, quite welcome.
Oh God, they're at it again. Oh, hello there. I don't believe we've actually met.
Yeah, but I remember you from audition.
Oh, you remember me?
Yeah, you're the pretty one that was with that big dopey looking guy that looked like he was fixing to sleep through the whole thing.
Theater's not really his thing.
Then what was he doing there?
Supporting me.
Well, now that's a hell of a thing to do for your lady.
Oh, no. I'm not his lady. He's just a friend.
That's so.
What about the lingering memory of your husband?
What about it?
You're married?
Widowed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was so long ago.
Yes, couple of months.
Hey, it's been longer than that.
Yes, it has. At least 6 months.
8.
Okay, guys, everybody, Ty shouldn't be too much longer.
Shouldn't. I will be.
So if you want to start looking at your scripts, who still needs a script? Okay, let me get them. Got to be in here somewhere.
You didn't lose them, did you?
Oh, no.
Perhaps you left them at home, dear.
No, I didn't. Don't think I did.
Is it possible that Ty has them? I mean, after all, he did give me mine.
Yes, that's it. Ty has them. I forgot. Sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right, dear. We shall await the arrival of acclaimed director without them. I, for one, plan to use this time to center myself.
Yeah, it's not like he's the only one we're waiting for. I mean, there's like, what, 20, 25 characters or so in the show, right?
About that, yes.
Oh, we got some time to kill. There's still about, 12 more people coming?
Oh, please, sweetie, don't try to do the math in your head. It's too pretty to damage.
So who else is in this? Anybody know?
Well, why don't we ask him ourselves? Everyone!
Kevin, darling, please, not so loud. I'm trying to get into a character.
My apologies, sweet Lydia, but I must inform you all that our beloved director has at last arrived.
Oh, in that case, apology accepted.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you.
We met him at auditions.
Introduce you to the man who shall be our leader and inspiration in this production.
How can he introduce us if we already met him?
The one, the only, the legendary Mr. Ty Bellingham.
He makes a grand gesture towards the entrance, and for a moment there is eager anticipation. Nothing happens.
Mr. Ty Bellingham.
He gestures again, and again, nothing happens.
Great magic act, Houdini. Your make the director appear out of thin air trick was a disaster. Are you going to try to saw yourself in half next? I trust we won't be so disappointed in that one.
Oh, why would I saw myself in half when I'd be perfectly willing to put the saw to you?
Because I can dream, can't I?
I wouldn't be surprised if your dreams were making your therapist absolutely wealthy.
Whoa there, sunshine. Hold on a minute. Which therapist?
Oh, please, children, no fighting. I'm trying to concentrate.
You'll all calm down. I'm sure Ty will be here shortly and we can begin.
He's already here.
Did your magic act turn him invisible?
If you must know, I saw his car pull up outside.
Better than it pulling up inside.
True.
Must be in the building.
Well, if that's true, I suggest everyone just take a seat and...
Before anyone can move, Ty sweeps into the room carrying a large bag.
I'd like to tell you all that I'm sorry I'm late, but the truth is that one, I am not late, I'm on time. And two, I'm in charge and you're all talentless hacks that no one who matters gives one rat's crap about. So piss on the lot of you. That being said, welcome to the first rehearsal of our little production of Macbeth.
Please, Ty, if you wouldn't
Rule
mind.
number one, I hate being interrupted. So don't do it. Actually, that's more like rule number 3, but I felt the need to say it first. So to start over, rule number 1, as I said, I'm in charge. I tell you where to go, when to go, what to say, and how to say it. Your job is to go and say where, when, what, and how I feel. Your job is not to argue. You may offer any suggestions you feel are absolutely necessary. Then I will let you know right now that I will give them deep consideration before rejecting them utterly and berating you in front of everyone. Rule number 2. I'm well aware that the so-called actors of this little troupe have little to no real experience, particularly with Shakespeare and with this play specifically. You must allow me to use my considerable talents to mold you into the true actors of Shakespeare's caliber. If you fail to reach that caliber, I will be forced to use a .38 caliber to erase my failure.
Oh, Ty, we would never allow you to take your own life on our
I wouldn't
account.
use it on myself, you ignorant shit. I'd use it on you.
Oh.
Furthermore, I'm also well aware of the popular stigma that is attached to this play. It brings bad luck. It is a harbinger of doom. I say bollocks to that. I see it as what it really is, a classic, an unmistakable masterpiece of literature that you're all unworthy to even read, let alone perform. But I'm stuck with you because you're the ones who auditioned. So that being said, the name of this play is Macbeth. The names of the 2 main characters are Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. I know some of you may be a bit skittish of it, but it is just a word. Get used to saying Macbeth and get used to hearing others say Macbeth.
Oh, please, Ty, couldn't you
Rule
refrain
number
from...
3, don't interrupt me.
But if you could only just
I can
refrain...
already tell. You're going to be my personal favorite.
Is there a rule 4?
Not yet, but should I survive this night, I'm certain I will come up with something. Now then, since we're all here...
We are. What do you mean there's no one else coming?
Didn't you hear him, Al? Don't interrupt him.
But we're short a good 20 people.
If we had a good 20 people, none of you would be here. As I said, you're the ones who auditioned. Had there been a bigger turnout, I'd have cast more people. I am working on filling out the rest of the cast as we speak.
Wow, you are talented. Talking to us and casting at the same time.
Thank you, and whatever your name is. Quite obviously, an Oxford graduate. In the meantime, the other parts in. Now, it's time we started. As you may or may not know, I don't believe in read-throughs. I like to get rehearsal started on the first day, particularly when I have a ton of work to do. And I have a ton of work to do with you lot. That being said, open up your scripts and we can begin.
But Ty,
What is it that is you?
it's Al.
Congratulations.
Thanks. We don't have any scripts.
What? Didn't you give them any? None of you have scripts?
I do.
Yes, that I know. It's only because you were standing on my porch at 11 o'clock at night.
I thought you said he delivered it to you personally.
He did. On his porch.
So why don't the rest of them have script, Jeff?
Because you told me you wanted to hold them and hand them out yourself.
And why don't you tell me these things?
Well,
Never mind. I just so happen to have them with me. Use them in good health. From the top, people, clear the stage.
The actors scatter to the edges of the stage.
All right. Act 1, Scene 1. I need witches. Witches on stage.
Well, witch number 1 is here. Where are my sisters?
Being cast. We'll plod on without them. And the action.
When shall we 3 meet again?
Hold it.
What?
I'm not liking it.
Not liking what?
Your delivery.
What's wrong with it?
Sounds like you're reading it.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I knew there had to be. What is it?
The fact that I was reading it.
Yes, and isn't it all believable?
Well, this is the first time I've seen the full script.
I'm not looking for excuses. I need character. Give me some character. Don't bother.
But Ty, I'm trying.
I just have no excuses. Now start over and no reading.
No reading.
No reading.
But I don't have it memorized.
I'm aware of that, but it isn't what I meant.
In that case, enlighten me.
I realize that you're reading from the script right now, but you mustn't sound as if you are. For theater is about truth, and at this moment I'm getting none of that from you. Do you see? You must give us this truth that you have created, and we must believe it. Can you do that?
Well, yeah, eventually, after I've had time to...
No, not eventually. Can you do it right now?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I can.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear. Okay, start again from the top.
Oh, do you want me to just start now?
Unless you'd prefer to wait for a written invitation from the bard himself. Yes, but I warn you, he doesn't write much these days.
Okay, I just thought you were going to say action again.
Dear, this isn't a cinema shoot or a television commercial. I don't have to say action every time, do I?
Oh, no, you don't.
Of course not.
My thanks to the Peanut Gallery for trying. Now, if you're ready, Miss, what's your name again?
Colette.
Thank you. Jeff, make a note of that.
What, her name?
Yes.
But I already know it.
Good for you. You'll get a gold star in 5 to 8 business days. I don't need you to note it for yourself. I need you to note it for me.
Oh, okay.
Now, Miss Colleen.
Colette.
Well, if someone had written that down faster, I'd know that, wouldn't I?
Sorry.
Start again from the top. Action.
When shall we 3...
Hold it.
What?
That was terrible, even worse than the first time.
But I'm trying.
And you're failing, aren't you? Here, try this. Hit the 3 a little harder.
The 3?
Yes, not too hard, mind you. No need to overdo it. Just a slight bit more emphasis on the word, you see?
When shall we 3 meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
That was good. Bit over the top. And one other problem. It's her fucking line, not yours. Let's try it again now, shall we? The way I suggested. I don't intend to say action again.
When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
Well, it was better, not yet stage worthy, but okay for a first rehearsal. Continue.
But that's it. It's the second witch's line.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, go ahead and read that as well.
And who's going to read the third witch?
Why don't you just read them all?
All of them?
Just for tonight. As I've stated, I'm working on getting the rest of the cast filled. You'll have your fellow weird sisters soon enough, but for now, just read them in.
Okay. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
You're reading again.
It's not even my line.
That's no excuse for a bad delivery.
But it's not even
It's
my
what?
line.
I shouldn't have to worry.
I shouldn't have to worry about characterization on the first rehearsal for a part I don't have to know.
Anyone agree with her? I thought not. It appears you're on your own on this one.
Well, I think she.
Shut up, Jeff. No one cares what you think.
Sorry.
That's perfectly all right. You can't help it. Now let's get moving. I'd like to finish the first scene before the weekend.
But it's only Tuesday.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Keep going from the second witch's line.
Again?
Yes, again. It's called Going Back a Line. It's a new concept. Oh, and there's called... Jeff, what's this letter?
It's a double T.
Double T? Is that anything like a double U?
No, it's just two T's.
I figured it out now, Jeff. Next time, write more clearly. Colette, stand a little bit further stage left.
Okay. Got it. When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
Further left now. Not too far.
That will be ere the set of sun, where...
Back to your original position, please.
Cross right.
Hold it. Are you marking those down as crosses?
Well, yeah.
No. The witches don't cross in this scene. Those three spots I had you in are where you'll need to be for each of the three witches. Be sure to note them as such.
You don't really expect me to move from place to place for each character when I'm not really playing them, do you?
I think it's quite obvious that I do.
But
there you go, arguing again. A good actor does not argue. He obeys.
I'm a person, not a robot.
Which is exactly why I've invested heavily in cybernetics. Now keep going.
Oh, yeah. Where the place? Upon the heath. There to meet with Macbeth.
Please, that word!
No more interruptions. Who's running this show?
I come, Grey Malkin. Hadn't calls. Anon. Ty, this next part is supposed to be all three of them.
So you can still read it, can't you?
Yeah, but which position do you want me in? I can't be in all three spots at once, unless I lay down.
Yes, do that.
What?
Lie down. You do know how, don't you?
You have no idea.
Lie down across all three spots. Go on.
Colette slowly lies down on the stage across her three positions.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
And end of scene 1.
Oh, thank God.
Scene 2. I need Duncan, Malcolm, Donalban, Lennox, and the sergeant, with Ross waiting in the wings.
Oh, Ty, this is it. I mean, we don't even have enough people for this scene.
I see. Well, we'll have to do some cutting then.
What?
Who can we cut out of this scene?
Why do I have to read 3 parts, but for them you make cuts?
Well, if we cut Malcolm,
No, that won't work. I've got it. We'll cut Malcolm
Okay.
and give his lines to Duncan. We'll have to change a few of them, but that might work.
Excuse me?
Are you still here?
Why do they get special treatment?
It's not special treatment. Believe me, they do not deserve any better treatment than you.
But if I have to play all three witches, then
And if you keep arguing, you won't get to play with any of them.
great, I don't want to play them.
Then perhaps you shouldn't have accepted the role. But since it seems to torture you so much, I've decided that you may stay on and play them anyway, out of the goodness of my heart.
Bravo!
Good idea, Ty.
Now, if the ass kissing is over, may we start this scene?
Right.
But what are we doing?
We're doing Act 1, Scene 2. My brilliant young man.
No, I mean, what are we doing about the lack of actors?
You shall play the sergeant, and he shall be Duncan, but read Malcolm.
Play Duncan, read Malcolm.
By Jove, he's got it. I suppose he does understand English. I guess I lost my bet.
Where do you want me?
I tell you, but I'm afraid there might be children nearby. For now, stand in the wings until I tell you to enter.
Right.
Me too?
Unless you plan to rope a steer for us, yes.
Hey now, not everybody from Texas does rodeo tricks, you know.
Thanks for the information.
You don't need to do that stuff. I was never impressed by roping anyway.
Oh, I know how to do it. I just want to make sure it's clear that we don't all.
And I find roping very impressive.
Could someone hose her down, please?
Oh, I'll get the hose.
Never mind, Kevin. You stay here. Work on your Macbeth. I'll need you soon.
Always there when you need me, Ty.
I've gathered. Now, are we going to start this scene, or do I need to wait for my pension to come in?
We're ready.
I'm happy for you. And lights up on stage. Duncan enters and crosses right.
Al obediently does this,
Well-
but just stands there.
Oh,
Well, we're waiting.
You want me to start now?
Are you all like this? Yes! Start now!
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought.
Hold it. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I sound like I was reading it?
Dreadfully. But that's not what I meant. Duncan's lines start this scene. Those were Malcolm's. Why did you skip to Malcolm's?
Oh, because you told me so.
I told you?
You told me to play Duncan, but read Malcolm.
Please, God, wake me from this horrible dream.
Isn't that what you said?
Yes, but you still have to read your own lines as well. I thought that would be fairly obvious, but I see I may have overestimated your grasp of it. Now let's try it again. This time, give your own lines as well.
What bloody man is that? He can report as seemeth by his flight
Reading.
of the revolt, the newest state. This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier.
Please, whatever your name is, pick a character and stick with it.
But the character changed from Duncan to Malcolm, so I naturally.
You're still playing Duncan. Had I not explained it clearly enough? Do I need to draw you a picture? Jeff,
Yes.
draw him a picture.
Okay.
Now get it through your tiny, addled brain. I want you to play Duncan. I want you to learn his lines and say them when necessary. I also want you to learn Malcolm's lines and say them as if they were Duncan's. Have you got that? Collect has to change characters.
Hey,
You
hey, now, wait, that's
now
not
quit
fair.
your complaining. At least I remembered your name. Be happy with that.
But if I give both of their lines, won't I have to change characters?
No! What part of this concept is that so difficult for you to grasp? You play one part and say both lines. Now get to it.
Here.
What's this?
Well, it's a rabbit.
A rabbit?
Oh, yeah, you told me to draw him a picture, but you didn't tell me what to draw, so...
So you drew a rabbit?
I'm not an artist or anything.
It wouldn't happen to be a vicious, demented, man-eating rabbit, would it?
No, of course not.
Too bad. I was hoping it would jump off the page and put you all out of my misery.
Sorry, just a rabbit.
Now, look at this. And try, and with all of your might, and perhaps with one or two brain cells you possess, to make sure I never have to make Jeff draw another rabbit. God knows what that one would look like.
Actually, it's not bad.
No one asked for your opinion. And should I ever want it, you can be sure I'd have already checked myself into an institution. Now, if you wouldn't mind, we have a rehearsal scheduled for tonight.
Right. I don't know, Ty. I really think this might be better with two characters. I mean, it is written that way.
All right. We're skipping this scene for now. Places for Act 1, Scene 3, please. Who do we need?
The witches, Macbeth, and Banquo.
You heard him, people. I need the witches, Macbeth, and Banquo.
Look, we don't have a Banquo.
Then you play him.
Me, but I'm already playing Duncan and Malcolm.
On second thought, he can play Banquo. Can you handle that?
No problem.
All right, then. I want the witches center with the first witch on the right, the third on the left. In case it's too complicated for you to figure out, that means the second one is in the middle. Let's take it from Macbeth and Banquo's entry.
Do you have to keep saying that?
I thought you'd left. Or maybe I was daydreaming.
Actually, I just returned from the loo.
You must be very proud.
Oh, you're just in time to see my grand entrance into this classic story, my dear.
You won't see it if you keep talking about it. All right, from your entrance.
Where are we entering from?
On stage left. Let's try it, shall we? See how it works. From the witch's greeting.
Oh, hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. Oh, hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. Speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail, hail, hail. Lesser than Macbeth and greater, not so happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo. Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
There, yeah, and perfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sine's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives.
Stop.
A prosperous gentleman and to be king.
Stop.
Stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor.
For the love of all things bright and beautiful, Stop!
Is there a problem?
Well, let's take a look at it, shall we? First of all, yes! What the hell was that?
What?
That voice you were using. If you can call it a voice. What the hell was that?
Why, it's a Scottish accent. It's a Scottish play.
Sounded like Sean Connery on dope.
You didn't like it?
I'm coming up with a good answer for that one.
It sucked.
Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
But Ty,
Look,
I don't...
Kevin, we've known each other for a very long time, yes?
Yes.
Then trust me when I tell you that I believe you can play this part, but not with that accent.
Oh.
If you manage to improve it, you may try again, but in the meantime, please deliver it in your natural voice, all right?
Well, all right.
Thank you.
But I think you'll be missing out on quite a treat.
Of that I'm quite certain, but if you don't mind.
Oh, don't mind what, Ty?
Start again.
Top of scene?
Good God, no. Top of your speech.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sanel's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis. But how...
He'll call. I'm in the middle of something.
But...
So tell him I'll call him back.
So... What light through yonder window breaks? It is the cast, and Juliet is the sun.
Kevin.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon.
Kevin.
Who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art for more fair than she.
Kevin! What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, that was from Romeo and Juliet.
I know that. But what was Romeo's soliloquy doing in the middle of Macbeth?
Well,
that is the show we're doing, is it not? Let's see. Yes, yes, that's what it says here. Does it say Macbeth on yours, Jeff? Well?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Jeff's script says Macbeth. So my script says Macbeth, and Jeff's script says Macbeth. Then tell me, Kevin, how the hell does yours say Romeo and Juliet?
Doesn't.
It doesn't. Well then, I will again ask you what Romeo's soliloquy was doing in this show.
Well, I've always wanted to play Romeo.
I know that. And I have always wanted to be the first Broadway director to land on the moon in a spaceship filled with supermodels. But some things just won't happen.
But I thought that if you just saw how I played him...
First of all, Kevin, this is a rehearsal, not an audition. Secondly, if I were to cast you as Romeo, I might as well cast you as Pinocchio as well. You're just too old.
But if you saw how I could...
You know what I want to see? A group of talented actors at a rehearsal. But since I'm not going to get that just now, I'm going to take a break. Take 5, everyone.
Grabs his bag and exits quickly.
He's been under a lot of stress lately.
Oh, is it that stressful to lift a bottle of scotch to your lips?
Ty may imbibe from time to time, but I doubt it is any of your concern.
I'll bet you anything that's what he's doing right now.
What's the harm in knocking back a few now and then? I'm going to go get me a beer as soon as we're done here.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but if he's getting drunk in the middle of a rehearsal, I mean, do you want this guy leading us in this show?
I, for one, trust what I know of him, and of course, Kevin's sparkling recommendation. I believe we are in the presence of greatness.
Just wait until he's got you out there telling you you're reading your part.
I happen to think he was correct in your case. You did sound like you were reading.
I was reading.
Well, at least you admit it. That's the first step to improving.
That's not what I'm saying.
The fact is, he is the director, and you got to do what he says.
He's not infallible.
Maybe not, but as far as we're concerned as actors, he is.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to go get something from the snack table and hit the can.
I'll come with you.
To the can? No, I think I can handle that by myself.
No, to the snack table.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
I could use a bit of a nosh myself. Do you care to join me, Lydia?
Oh, just as long as there are healthy choices over there. There are always too many sweets set out for us. It's amazing we all still have our own teeth.
Oh, you mean yours aren't dentures?
Settle down now.
I think I saw a few tomatoes somebody sliced up.
Oh, no, my dear. I can never even touch a tomato. I'm allergic to them.
To tomatoes? Really? So that means no ketchup neither? What do you put on your hot dogs then?
Hot dogs? Oh, I would never lower myself to that.
Are you coming along, Jeff?
Oh, no, that's okay. I've got to get some of these changes written down.
Well, I'll bring you something.
Thanks.
And you, keep your distance. I'd hate for my dentures to slip off and bite your nose off.
Don't start with me, Lydia.
Excuse me, but I believe you were the one that started this little exchange.
And you should know that you're too good to be drawn into it.
You're right. Thank you, Kevin, dear. I am above this petty bickering, and whatever this young lady imagines she has against me, we can look past it and have a successful show.
You don't know what I have against you?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care. Oh, it is your own petty issue to deal with. For my part, I have always treated you as I have everyone else, with the utmost respect. If you cannot reciprocate, well, then I shall have to ignore you. Excuse me?
She exits, followed by Kevin Liddell.
God, that arrogant little... She really pisses me off, the smug little bitch.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, sweetie.
What's so bad about Lydia?
Oh, that. It's just that... Well, you remember me at auditions, right?
Well, yeah.
You thought I read pretty well, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, you were real good.
Especially when I read Lady Macbeth.
Well, yeah, I guess you did.
No guessing, yes or no.
Well, yeah.
Then why did she get the part and not me?
Because only one of you can have it?
But why not me?
Maybe she looks like she could be married to that Kevin guy.
Trust me, once you get to know him, you'll know that no one looks like they could be married to Kevin. Well, no woman, anyway.
I don't know, Colette. It sounds like something you'd have to ask the director or somebody, but I sure can't help, especially since I got to hit the can. Be right back.
Oh, Jeff?
Oh, yes?
Could I ask you something?
Yeah, sure, anything.
You think I'm talented, right?
Absolutely.
More talented than Lydia?
Oh, well, yeah.
I thought you might. You're so perceptive and intuitive.
Thanks.
Do you remember how I read for Lady Macbeth?
Yeah, I thought you were great.
I know.
And I wasn't as impressed, but I thought that you absolutely...
You what?
I did make a case for you, and he really listened to me, but he said you weren't old enough.
Well, that's what makeup is for.
Sorry.
But he did listen to you, right?
Well, yeah, like I said.
So he trusts your opinion?
Oh, I guess.
So, if you came to him with a casting change, he'd consider it, right?
Well, maybe. I mean, yeah, if it was necessary.
Of course it's necessary. It would be to get me the role I should have had to begin with.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should really.
Please,
Ah.
for me. I would be incredibly grateful.
You will?
I'd be inclined to pay you back sometime. Anything you like. Anything.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Thank you, sweetie.
I don't know if it'll work though.
Do your best, hon. I can't ask for more than that.
Okay.
Great. Now, if you need me for anything, I'll be at the snack table.
You're not going to talk to him with me?
And have him think I put you up to the part? Don't be an idiot. You can do it, Jeff. I know you can.
He smiles at him and exits as Ty returns. He's walking slower and more determined than when he left.
Oh, Ty. There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, there you are, Ty. I thought I saw you walk past.
As sharp as ever, Kevin.
Where did you go?
That is my own concern.
Ty?
Yes, Jeff. Why don't you go get me something to eat from over there?
From over there?
And get something for yourself as well. You could use some food right now. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good lad, isn't he?
Yes, a delight to work with in every capacity. Now, back to the subject at hand.
What subject was that?
What you have been doing for the past few minutes.
Right. I thought I'd close that subject.
And now I am reopening it. Were you drinking?
What a difference does it make to you? You're drinking right now.
Oh, but this is water.
Water, tea, whiskey, what's the difference?
Turning to alcohol ruined your career. You know that.
No, I turned to alcohol because my career was ruined. Keep your facts straight.
Well, I might add, you are supposed to be quitting.
I'm weaning myself off the bottle over the course of several years.
I invited you here to help get you back on your feet and to start anew and perhaps to relive our old glory days. Remember those?
Ah, yes. The most brilliant theatrical minds in Juilliard's illustrious history. And my good friend Kevin.
We did put on some amazing performances, didn't we?
That we did.
We found our true calling.
Yes, true calling. Very true.
We became very close.
Yes, we did.
We could do it again.
I haven't been drinking that much.
You never needed to drink back then. There must be a reason.
Look, you've always been a good friend, Kevin.
You can't say it meant nothing to you?
I was young, experimental. I'm married now.
She doesn't deserve you. You know that. She's not good enough.
She's been plenty good enough. We've had our rows, but in the end, she has been by my side through every ordeal.
Except your drinking.
There was a time when things got a bit rough, yes.
Yes, well, does she know about the fact that you're drinking again?
Of course not. She thought, you don't plan to tell her, do you?
Certainly not. I have much more respect for myself than to resort to cheap tactics just to get what I want.
Loud crash is heard off stage.
What the devil was that?
It appears as though Lydia has taken a nasty spill down the stairs.
No, I haven't.
Oh, then who did?
Can we get some help? Stu slipped on something by the stairs. It looks like someone left a piece of cake sitting there.
Oh, I told him not to go near the stairs.
She exits quickly along with Jeff and Kevin.
I told you. I told you.
Told me what?
You kept saying the M word, and now one of us is paying for it.
This did not happen because I said Macbeth.
Another crash is heard.
Will someone clean up that cake?
All that happened because people are clumsy.
Small thud is heard.
See, I didn't say Macbeth that time.
Another crash is heard.
Oh no!
Get off me!
Sorry.
Look, why don't you get help for that lot, and then we'll assess the damage before canceling the rest of rehearsal.
Lydia exits. Ty opens his bag, takes out a bottle, and takes a big swig as the lights fade. End of Act 1. Thank you guys for Act 1. Do we need an intermission now after all that?
No.
We had it at the beginning, so
We did kind of have an intermission.
Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
Good to see you, Christy.
yes.
Good to see you, Christy.
Yes, and thank you for jumping from place to place. In
My pleasure. It's part of the fun of the role.
But
I
you
assure
only
you,
have
it
the
was
one
all
head.
our pleasure.
You have a baby now.
I do. She's gonna be 2 in just a couple of months.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not baby anymore. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. She'll
And-
announce running.
And I'm sorry, you're living where?
I'm now in New York, actually.
You're in New York.
Wow, great.
Yeah,
New York
it's a lot of
State or
fun.
New York City?
New York City.
Oh.
Oh,
I know.
Technically,
It's
both.
super fun.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
This is so fun. It's so great to see everyone's faces, and oh my gosh, this is as good a play as I remember. I love it so much.
Well, thank you.
One of my all-time favorites.
Mine too.
It was. Yep.
Ed, just want a reminder about page 58 through 60.
Yep, that's coming up this next scene.
Yeah.
So everyone be ready
All
if you
right.
get, especially if you're reading it on screen, like I am.
Mhm.
Me too.
There's a couple pages
Right.
from now. Yeah, the first 3 lines of 58, then we switch over to the addendum, and then we come back on the very top of 61.
Great.
All right, so if we are ready for Act 2, everyone's there. All right. So Act 2, Scene 1. At Rise, about 4 weeks later, the scene is basically the same. Ty and Jeff are still sit behind the table watching the end of rehearsal. Ty's bag is again by his side. Al is center stage with everyone else off to the sides. It appears that Al has just finished giving a speech.
Thank you, Al. Your performance was exactly what I've come to expect from you. It's bloody horrible.
I did my best.
Unfortunately, I believe you. But before you think I'm singling you out, you're not the only one. The rest of you were equally gut-wrenching. Now, I am more than willing to give a cast extra leeway on the first rehearsal off book. I always have been.
Doesn't sound like it.
Do you want words of encouragement? Fine. Over the past few weeks, I've noticed a marked improvement in each of you. You've gone from being absolutely atrocious to ghastly to simply dreadful. Now, in the very short time, you've reached appalling, and I'm certain that if you continue to improve, we will have an opening night that is simply unpleasant. I do hope this encourages each of you. Now, if we can gather for notes.
May I have a moment, Ty? I was just curious on what you thought of my blade speech.
Blade speech?
Is this a blade I see before me?
Oh, yes. Don't worry, Kevin. I have many, many notes on that soliloquy alone, not the least of which is the fact that the word is dagger, not blade. Now, if we may begin. We've been here for more than 4 hours, and I, for one, want to get home. I hope there won't be any further interruptions.
Nope, just you wasting time talking.
I'd much prefer you had a sharp wit and half a tongue rather than the other way around.
I don't get it.
Explain it to him. Use small words.
I don't really get it either.
Explain it to him, too. Use smaller words. Now, if I may, Act 1, Scene 1. 3, not 1, move there. What does that note mean?
I don't know. You wrote it.
Aren't you supposed to remember why I wrote it?
Sorry, I was following the script.
Well, pay attention next time. I don't know, but this is obviously directed at Colette.
How do you know it was directed at me?
You're the only one on in that scene. So let's take this line by line.
Oh, no.
If I didn't have to write a note about this, I wouldn't have to do it. You can all thank Colette now.
Oh, thank you, Colette.
Shut up.
What is your first line?
When shall we three meet again in thunder?
That's it. That's what the note is about. Come here, I'll show you. You see, you're saying, when shall we three meet? But I don't believe you. When you say three, you're moving and stepping on your sister's toes.
But no one is standing there.
On that word, how about you put your arms around your sisters?
When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
But no one is standing there.
Not physically, no. But theatrically, yes.
Tell me straight. Are there going to be other witches or not?
I'm working on it. For now, just do this.
And how are you this fine evening, Stuart?
When shall we three meet again?
It's just Stu, and I'm okay, thanks. A bit tired, I suppose.
When shall we three?
As are we all, but the work we give now is the sacrifice we make for the good of the show.
Wait, stop. You've got to show the sisterhood between you. And when you put your arms around them.
Kevin, darling, not now. You're straying from the conversation.
But no one is there.
Try it again.
Right you are. You've been spending quite a good deal of time with Ms. Meander, haven't you?
But how am I supposed to show sisterhood with my arms around nothing?
You mean Colette? Well, yeah, but ain't we all been? These rehearsals last a while.
Got to imagine them there. Feel them. Are you an actress or not?
Well, yes, that's quite true, but we were referring to your social and possible romantic relationship with her.
When shall we three?
We just think you should be careful.
No, it's just as simple as you. Why can't you grasp it?
Is this some kind of safe sex talk? Because if it is, I know all about that. Besides, it's a little too late now, if you know what I mean. Hell, one night after rehearsal, we couldn't make it out of the building. We had to clean up the dance room after that.
When shall we three?
Oh, no, we... really? The dance room? We want to make sure you're aware of her history.
It would be good if just once you could get it right.
Has she told you about her husband, the one who died?
I'm trying to do it how you're asking. I don't understand what you're looking for.
Do you know the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death?
I think what Ty is trying to say is just that you have to imagine the other witches are there. Like this. When shall we three meet again?
No one was able to determine the cause of his illness.
Listen, you, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm the director around here.
She told a group of us that she would be well taken care of after he was gone.
Well, you know, Ty, if she's not getting it, maybe we should try something else. You know, how about if we just have her gesture to the others?
She's got money?
Ty pounces on Al, grabbing his shirt and shaking him.
You are not in charge. Here I am. You're not even half the director I was when I was in diapers.
It seems he came from a wealthy family, but it was his parents who had all the money. They were even named beneficiaries of his life insurance. She forgot to check that.
Jeff quickly
Ty.
moves to break them up and manages to get Ty off of Al.
Ty, don't forget your calm place. You remember your calm place?
Strange that a lawyer such as herself wouldn't make sure everything was in order.
Land of theater and talent where no fools can harm me. Thank you, Jeff. You brought me back.
She didn't get a dime. She wasn't even allowed at the funeral.
Jeff starts to walk back, but Ty suddenly attacks Al again, same as before. Jeff tries to stop it.
Well, that seems kind of harsh.
She wanted to bring along a date.
Jeff manages to get Ty off of Al again.
So she had to be careful with her. You don't know what she's capable of.
You think she killed him?
I would not put it past her. She wanted that money.
Enough. We'll come back to this at the very next rehearsal. Now, may I continue? Where were we?
Notes.
Yes, I know that. I don't really need you to point that out for me.
Just trying to help.
And here I thought you were trying to waste time.
Oh, Ty,
No, I take that back. That's what he's trying to do.
I think that I'm ready now
For what?
for the blade. Dagger soliloquy.
Really? In the 5 seconds that you were silent, you perfected your craft?
Is this a blind I see before me, mate?
You said it wrong again, and I believe that was Australian. Now, if I may continue, Al.
Me?
No, one of the dozen other incompetents named Al in this room.
Was I not good enough tonight?
That would imply that you had been good enough previously.
Well, I did get most of my lines tonight.
And I wait with bated breath for the time when you learn the rest of them. But I didn't take notes on whether you knew your lines tonight.
Please, Al, don't whistle in the theater. Do you want to test the fates of bad fortune?
This is just a rehearsal hall, Lydia. That superstition doesn't apply here.
I have found that as a rule of thumb, you should never whistle anywhere near a theater. That includes rehearsal halls.
And I think it is a good rule of thumb that you should never interrupt your director if you want to continue breathing.
But she does have a point, Ty. Whistling in the theater has always been forbidden.
Thank God you're gay, Kevin. I highly doubt that the world would survive the devastation brought upon it if you and Lydia were to procreate. In fact, I think it might be best if each and every one of you remains celibate for the rest of your natural lives. Or at least until I'm safely tucked away in a small shack somewhere in the Himalayas, living as a hermit and far out of the reach of any of you. Now, where was I?
I believe you were giving notes.
Why, thank you, Jeff. You've once again demonstrated exactly why you are the most trusted people on my staff. Your ability to state the obvious is unmatched by even the most revered of lackeys. I think by now you know I need something more specific.
Sorry.
Yes.
I think you were about to yell at Al.
Ah, yes. How could I forget?
Temporary amnesia.
I will now ignore that inane statement. Well, maybe after one comment. In order to assure that you can expand your vocabulary, you may not speak again until you learn the meaning of the word rhetorical. This is just another of the many services I perform.
I know what rhetorical means.
Oh, look. Our little boy is growing up and learning big boy words. But I won't be any hard on you right now, as you also seem to be learning your lines, which brings me back to you. I will start by saying that I like the progress you're showing. You actually seem to beginning to grasp which characters are which. Now, if only you could get a grasp on your own characters.
He is trying his best, Pi, as are we all. There's no reason to destroy his hopes. We're only halfway through rehearsals. Al only needs to heed his director's advice and try his best to improve. Oh, so take heart, Al. Keep plugging away at it.
Are you quite finished?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because we could light a campfire right here in the middle of the floor and fall asleep, listening to you drone on and on for the rest of the night. At this time of night, it might be the preferable alternative.
Except that the campfire would probably burn a hole in the floor.
Quite correct, Stuart. Oh, and while you're looking up the word rhetorical, you may also want to look up the word sarcasm. Now, Al, contrary to belief, I can give constructive criticism, and I'm not out to destroy you. That being said, here's my advice. You need to stop being such a complete idiot, and I'm unsure I would ever be able to help you. I hope you found this beneficial.
Okay. Do you have any other notes?
I had so many notes for you. I thought it best to simply sum them up in a short statement. Do I need to repeat them?
No, I got it.
Next is Paulette.
Again?
Well, didn't you think I only had notes on one of your scenes?
Fine. Which did what wrong?
No, actually, this is about Lady Macduff.
But she does not appear until Act 4.
There are no more notes for Act 1.
Not to mention Act 2. This is Dagger, I see.
At least you got the line right this time. Look, it's very late. And I want to only hit the notes I feel are important.
Getting my soliloquy correct is not important.
All right, okay. I'll rephrase. I only want to cover the problems we might be able to correct tonight. I fear we will need at least a full week plus extensive therapy to make any headway with you.
So what's wrong with my Lady Macduff?
It seems you're not giving it your all. She seems to be an afterthought.
Well, it's hard to keep it straight when I'm playing every female character in the show. Well, almost all of them.
Unfortunately for you, there are only 2 women in the cast at this time.
And I am far too busy playing Lady Scottish play.
Lydia, what have I told you about referring to Lady Macbeth that way?
Not to.
My God, Lydia, you sound so different. And you've really let yourself go.
I'm not Lydia.
Really? Because you aren't. Answered for her. So I've just now decided that from now on, I will address you as Lydia. To counter this, I will henceforth refer to you as Lady Macbeth.
So what about me?
What about you? Do you want a new name as well?
No, I'm being overworked here.
What would you have me do? Recast the part of the gentlewoman so that Lady Macbeth here is playing her? Since both of you are in that scene, I'd have to recast you as Lady Macbeth.
Oh!
And where does that leave our friend Lady Macbeth here?
Oh!
Suspense, especially since her name is Lady Macbeth. How fair would that be?
Please stop saying that.
I'm okay with it. In fact, give her all of my roles and I'll take hers.
To do that would throw the production into chaos. Point taken. But regardless, what I say goes. And I say Lady Macbeth and Kevin play the Macbeths, you play the remainder of the women, and Stu and Lydia play the rest.
This is confusing.
Well, if you hadn't messed things up.
What? I messed things up?
I'm glad to hear you're taking responsibility. So if that's settled, we can move on to the next point.
Ty, if I may.
No, you may not.
Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night of being o'er mine head.
Yes, there's the migraine again. Kevin, would you please get me some water?
Oh, well, I shall do anything and everything to make you happy, my dear Ty.
That both reassures me and frightens me to no end. Now, please.
Oh, right. Be right back.
Now, considering it is late, and you people have given me a splitting headache, once again, we should probably think about calling it a night.
Thank God.
I want to tell you all that you've done very well tonight, and I can see a lot of potential for improvement in the future. I'm quite excited about. Oh God! I'm sorry. I thought I could get through all of that with a straight face. And now you know why I'm on this side of the table. I'm a much better director than an actor.
Kevin returns with a small cup of
Here
water.
you are, Ty.
Oh, thank you.
And he dumps the,
Yeah.
dumps
I
the
feel
water over
much
his head.
better now. I think that's enough for tonight. Everyone gets some sleep.
Kevin looks around dumbfounded as the others start to leave. Blackout. End of scene 1. So now we move on to the final scene, Act 2, Scene 2. At Rise, the rehearsal hall a few weeks later. It is the night before opening night, and a number of props have been left lying around, which Jeff is cleaning up. After a moment, Kevin walks in and makes his way slowly to the center of the room, taking it all in, making sure everything is as it should be.
And thus it truly begins.
And that seeing Kevin, Jeff accidentally backs into him.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
Well, it's quite all right, my dear boy, quite all right. But if I may ask a favor, could you answer me this? Why are we here?
Not much for deep philosophical discussions. Although I think it has something to do with God having a sense of humor.
No. What I meant was, why are we here at the rehearsal hall? The technical crew wouldn't let me into the theater. They said we were all to meet here.
Didn't they tell you why?
No, they did not.
Did you ask?
Ask? Well, of course I... No, I didn't.
There were some technical problems over there.
Such as?
Such as the entire lighting structure collapsed.
Oh, dear. Was anyone hurt?
Just the set.
What happened to the set?
It was kind of crushed.
What does that mean to us?
We're rehearsing here tonight.
But tonight is our dress. We open tomorrow.
All of the costumes and props that aren't currently under the set were brought back here. You'll find all your costumes in the costume room.
Well, then I'd best get started. Tell me, where should we apply our makeup?
On our faces, I would think.
No, my dear Stuart. I meant to say that since there is no makeup room here, where shall we go to apply it?
Oh, no one needs makeup tonight.
What? A dress rehearsal with no makeup? Why, I've never heard of such a thing.
We don't have the proper lighting anyway.
Well, I suppose that is one thing this room has in common with the theater at the present time.
Except these lights probably won't fall on us.
Quite correct. Well, no sense on dwelling where we are or what we should be doing. We still have a show to perform, and I have a costume to put on, so if you'll excuse me.
I guess I should too. You doing okay, Jeff?
Yeah, great. Just getting ready, you know. Do you know if Colette will be here soon?
Oh, yeah. She was right behind me. See?
I didn't think it was that terrible of a request.
I have other things on my mind besides your stupid veggie burgers.
They are veggie wraps, and they're delicious. I should only ask for a little help carrying them up the stairs.
It's not like anyone other than you is going to be eating them.
They're lost then.
Who ever heard of a veggie wrap with no tomatoes anyway?
Hello, Jeffrey.
Hi, Lydia. Hi, Colette.
Well, hi, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Just setting up.
Terrible what happened over at the theater. Hmm?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to find that you had a hand in the lights falling.
Why would I do something like that? After all, you weren't underneath them at the time.
It's just one of those freak accidents, I guess. It happens.
This particular show has historically had several of these freak accidents. We are now seeing it firsthand.
Keeps you on your toes.
Lydia gives her a suspicious glare and exits to the costume room.
Your costumes are in the costume room, Colette.
I figured. Thank you, Jeffy.
You're welcome.
Oh! Put some clothes on, please.
And there are actually curtains in there that you can change behind.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, I thought Kevin did too.
Hey, Jeff. While I'm getting changed, could you do me a little favor?
Sure, anything.
Good. Could you go add some ketchup to the veggie wraps we just brought in? It appears Lydia forgot to add it.
I thought she was allergic to tomatoes.
Oh, that's probably why she forgot to put it on.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, when you're ready, I will have one with ketchup for you.
No, not just one. All of them.
Are you really that hungry?
Are you really that stupid?
What?
Like I said, she forgot to put ketchup on them. They're all supposed to have it.
Isn't she going to eat any? I thought I'd heard you talking about with her.
Look, you want to see me succeed, don't you?
Sure.
And I know you think I'd make a perfect Lady Macbeth.
Auditions were so long ago, but yeah.
So if something were to happen to Lydia, the show would still be in good shape, right?
I guess. Although we open tomorrow, I mean, it's a little late to find an understudy.
I know her entire part, backward and forward. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but who will play your parts?
I'll play those too.
Except when you have to be on stage in more than one role.
Has no one noticed I've been playing all three witches this whole time?
Well, the witches are one thing. What about when Lady Macbeth goes crazy?
Oh, that. Stu can do my part. He knows that whole scene. We've been rehearsing privately.
How can he play the gentlewoman?
Oh, who says the character has to be a woman?
Shakespeare, I would think.
Look, playing Lady Macbeth could be my big break.
Really? But we've never had talent scouts or agents come to our shows before.
Who knows? Word has gotten around, and this is quite an undertaking for our little group.
We're a small community theater in the middle of nowhere.
I didn't say it would be my big break. I said it could be. And just think what that would mean for you. If this launched my career,
How would that affect me?
wouldn't you like to be by my side when my career takes off?
Aren't you seeing Stu right now?
Well, yeah, but you'd be the catalyst that launched me. I'd owe you big.
Really?
Of course. And if I'm going to be with someone, he has to be a man, not afraid to take what he wants. Are you a man, Jeff?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got all the parts and everything.
Just think. You, me, a penthouse suite, a hot tub, and a do not disturb sign.
Oh, yeah, that would be... I don't know.
If you're worrying about Lydia, don't. You won't be hurting her.
I won't?
No. You'll just be helping me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would. I would be.
Good. You get to it. I have to get my costume on.
She exits before he can respond.
Okay, sure. Okay. Oh.
Starts to move towards the snack table, but stops as Ty and Al enter.
All I'm saying is that it's been a month now. Don't you think it's time that we...
Don't you think it's time you shut up and get your costume on, Lydia? I told you I'd keep calling you that because you had responded to it. And beyond all logic, you continue to. Now quit stalling, Lydia. I believe there's a dress rehearsal you need to prepare for.
Al starts to say something, but decides to exit.
Ty?
Jeffrey, how are you, my boy? I hope the stage is ready.
Yeah, the rehearsal floor is fine. Look, don't you think you should be more sympathetic to what Al is going through? Well, everyone, really. This is a tough show to do, and they're working their guts out.
I am sympathetic. Sympathetic. Funny word, isn't it? It has the both word the simp and the word pathetic in it. And I'm fairly certain I've used at least one of those words to describe everyone in this production. So I know all about sympatheticness.
Have you been drinking?
You were warned that I might have a pint or two every now and then. It was the first thing I ever said to you.
No, I believe the first thing you ever said to me was, "Oh, hat check girl, could you get someone to park my car for me?"
Which is why I told you right after that about my drinking.
It would have made more sense had you actually been drunk at the time.
I'm sorry, it's just that jacket you were wearing was just so feminine.
Kevin enters in costume.
Hi! Oh, you've arrived, my beloved friend.
Oh, it's you. Not certain I wish to speak with you.
What's the matter?
He's been drinking.
Drinking? Why?
You know why, Kevin?
Thank you, Jeff. I can take it from here.
Not knowing what else to do, Jeff exits towards the snack table.
My wife has suggested, and I agree completely, that you should stop calling us.
What do you mean? I haven't called you.
Oh, give me that crap. I suppose you're going to tell me that was someone else leaving my wife anonymous messages about how I've been drinking again and that she should leave me.
Why, of course it was someone else.
The messages were in your voice.
Oh, please. I would never sink so low.
Half the time the calls were blocked, but the rest of the time the caller ID showed your telephone number.
And somehow whoever is doing this is using my phone.
My wife and I are in counseling now, thank you. She left me the first time I hit the bottle hard. Now I'm trying to keep it from happening again. But you couldn't stop there, could you?
What do you mean?
Yesterday, we received an anonymous message that mentioned that I have been having an affair.
No. Ty, how could you?
I haven't. Certainly not with a very attractive and talented man, as the message claimed. The only man I know who is either attractive or talented is myself. And I'd know if I was having an affair with me.
Well, it's not too far from the truth.
Maybe this is just the alcohol talking. But what the fuck are you talking about?
I asked you to come here to direct, and, well, you moved here to be with me.
No, no, no. We're renting a house until the show is over, and we're back off to London.
But what about me?
What about you? I came here as a favor, Kevin. That's all. Well, that and the challenge. To take a bunch of talentless sots such as yourselves and succeed in one of literature's most difficult pieces? Well, I might just have a career again.
You're here to restart your career?
Of course.
But we're a small community theater in the middle of nowhere.
No, but word has spread. My name still carries some weight. After all, even if it's only as a curiosity.
Well, yes, exactly. There are those who have said you would never work again. And well, I'm the only would.
Well,
I'm the only one who was willing to forget your criminal past.
Now, wait a minute. If you're referring to what had seemed to be the end of my directing career, I'll tell you now what I told them then.
Which is?
Which is what?
What did you tell them?
What did I tell who?
Whoever it was you told, whatever it was you told them when you were investigated.
Oh, that. Are we back to talking about that?
Well, I just now brought it up.
Ah, but I guess that's possible. I only listen to every third thing you say anyway.
So what did you say? What did you tell them?
What's that? I wasn't listening. That was only the second thing you said since the last one I listened to.
When you were being investigated.
When I was investigated, I told them I was not the one skimming money out of the production. How could they think that?
Well, wasn't the money found in your bank account?
Oh, sure, use the evidence. Producer was the one stealing the money. He just happened to put it in my account in order to hide it.
But weren't the two of you working together?
On that particular play, yes, but not in the crime. And since the producer eventually confessed to the whole thing, I was acquitted.
And disgraced?
Not my fault. I was innocent.
Well, whether that is true or not, this is the first time since then that anyone has put you in a director's chair. And I thought that possibly being together again after all this time
would spark feelings that haven't existed in me in almost 40 years.
Yes.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Kevin. You're a good friend, and I do thank you for this opportunity you presented me with. But I'm only here to direct you, and then I'm gone again. You will have to let go of it sometime, or you will never have a real relationship.
I've had relationships. They've just never worked out.
Because you've been in love with someone who simply will not return the feelings.
Will not or cannot?
Both. And you'll have to get used to that because my marriage is at stake. And therefore, once the run of this show is over, we will have to part ways.
Oh, you're leaving your wife?
No. I didn't mean I was parting with her. I'm parting ways with you. Do not call me again. Do not think of seeing me again. Do not think for one single moment that I will ever want to be anywhere near you ever again. Oh, go finish. So go finish getting ready and have a great show.
Very well. I shall perform to my utmost potential. Per usual.
Heartbroken, but trying not to show it, Kevin trudges back to the costume room. At the same time, Colette bursts in, looking kind of like that.
There you are. How do you explain this?
What exactly am I supposed to be explaining?
This thing I'm being asked to wear.
Oh, that. What about it?
Look at me.
I think I've been forced to do that far too often over the past several weeks. I don't intend to do so more than is absolutely necessary.
Why do I have to wear this thing?
Don't ask me. I'm not in charge of costumes.
But you have a lot of say in it. I mean, look at this. This has got to be the most ludicrous thing I've ever been asked to wear in a serious show. For God's sake, how ridiculous do you want me to look?
I suppose that depends. How ridiculous do you think you should look? Is there a certain level of ridiculousness you're aiming for? As ridiculous as you've all made me look over the past several weeks? I'm only too happy to return the favor.
So you admit you had a hand in this?
Look, this cannot possibly be the first time you tried this on. There have been a number of costume fittings since the start of rehearsals.
Yes, there have been. And I've tried on this part before, but these weren't attached before.
I thought we'd be casting more witches, so we wouldn't need to resort to this. We didn't, so we must.
And whose fault is that?
It's not like you haven't been rehearsing all 3 roles.
Yeah, but you've got me moving from spot to spot depending on which witch's line is which. How can I do that when all 3 witches are on stage?
I would have thought that's plainly obvious. Stand in the center of witch's place, throw your voice.
So now I'm supposed to be a fucking ventriloquist?
Right now, I don't care what else you are as long as you're an actress. You do believe you're one of those, correct?
Yes, I'm a damn good actress.
Of course you are. So why don't all 3 of you go to your places and get ready for the start of the show? I've got to get something to drink.
Colette tries to say something, but Ty exits quickly. On his way out, he passes Jeff coming in. Jeff looks as if he's in shock and holds his fist clenched.
Did you do it?
Well, yeah, but
But what? I'm not really in the mood for any problems, Jeff.
there was one problem.
You got through it though, right?
Yeah, but I had a bit of a problem with the ketchup bottle.
What kind of problem?
He opens his hands to reveal both palms are covered in ketchup.
It broke.
How did you break a plastic ketchup bottle?
I don't know. I just squeezed it and it started.
Starts waving his hands too close to
splattering.
Colette.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, and we lost Colette.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And the ketchup knocked her off the air.
The ketchup knocked her right out of the show.
Oh,
no.
have any French fries?
Here she comes.
There she is.
You idiot! You got ketchup on me.
I did where?
Right here.
What, this?
Get away from me with those hands. Don't I look stupid enough without being covered in ketchup? Why haven't you gone and washed your hands yet? Anyway, go.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. I guess I should get cleaned up.
You think?
Jeff looks like he's going to say something, but instead exits to the bathroom. Colette continues to try to clean her costume as Lydia enters from the costume room. She is in her own costume and carries Colette's shoes.
There you are. What is the meaning of this?
The meaning of what? If you're looking for some deep philosophical discussion, Lydia, I can't help you right now.
No, this.
My shoes?
So, you admit they're yours.
Of course. I was wearing them earlier.
Do you remember where you left them?
In the costume room?
But where in the costume room?
I don't know, and who cares? I was going to come back for them.
You left them on the counter.
So?
What do you mean, so? They were on the counter!
Yeah, I caught that.
Do you have any idea how much bad luck you brought? Leaving shoes on the counter is one of the worst things you can do.
Worse than saying Macbeth? Or how about Good luck.
Oh, and important rule of thumb, you should always put the twos on the
Yeah, well, my important rule of the middle finger trumps your important rule of thumb.
I know what you're doing.
Hopefully the same thing you're doing, getting ready for dress rehearsal.
No, not that. I mean, everything you're doing, trying to ruin this production.
Look, just because I sometimes do things you consider bad luck.
Not that either, although that is a part of it. I'm on to you. I have been since the beginning, really. All of the bad luck omens, plus you're not so subtly trying to remove me from my role.
Lydia, if you're going to threaten me at some point during this rant, don't bother. You don't scare me. You're a little too prim and proper to do anything to me.
Prim and proper? Oh, I suppose I am these days. Then again, would you think I could have gotten anywhere talking like this?
Why would you want to?
Exactly why I don't anymore.
Okay, look, pretending you used to talk with a different accent isn't all that impressive.
I ain't pretending. I had to learn to speak proper. But before I did that, I had to learn to survive. I lived on the streets for 3 years after me mum abandoned me. And if you want to test my story, you just keep pushing me.
What could you possibly do to me?
Let's just say you're not the only widow in this cast. And your husband wasn't the only one to mysteriously die.
It wasn't mysterious. He was sick.
That's what I say about my third husband, Warren, too. Difference is, when I say it, people bloody well believe me.
So?
So, just don't cross me anymore. Am I understood? Are there going to be any more surprises from you? Good. Now, I better get finished getting ready.
Everyone on stage, please.
Cast on stage.
Thank you, Jeff. I believe I just said that.
Well, some of them may not have heard you.
To me, looks as though they heard me.
Oh, I heard Jeff.
Me too.
I did as well.
No one asked you.
Sorry.
Why are you sorry? I was talking to them.
Oh, right. Just a reflex. Sorry.
All right, everyone. This is what we've been waiting for.
But it's not opening night, though.
That is what we've been waiting for, with the exception of opening night. The rehearsals are all finished, with the exception of this one. This is your last chance to get it right. Tonight will essentially be a performance. You have full costumes, full makeup, and full tech. Minus the tech, as it in the set are over on the performance stage, buried under the lighting equipment. Tonight we will see, once and for all, what we've accomplished. Tonight we learn what we've all been dying to know for several weeks. Exactly how brilliant a director am I? Did I succeed in turning this sorry lot into actors? So be sure you're ready, please. Send any props and set dressing that we may have available at the moment. I'll be treating this as a performance. I do not plan to stop you for anything. If someone drops a line, cover. If you skip ahead, get back on track and continue. If you fall behind, catch up.
Ketchup? There's no ketchup. I haven't been near the ketchup. I don't use the stuff. Just the one who broke the bottle.
Thank you for that mad rant. I do hope you can all get past your grief over the lost ketchup bottle in time for you to take your places. Go on, take your places.
Actors scatter off stage. Ty and Jeff sit behind the table. Colette returns the cauldron, which she places in the middle of the stage.
No, the cauldron is later.
Colette takes it back off and comes back.
Everyone ready now. And lights.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurler burler's done, when the battle's lost and won, there will be ere the set of sun, where the place upon the heath. There to meet with Macbeth. I come, Grey Malkin. Can I call anon? Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Lights. Lights up.
What bloody man is that? He can report as seemeth by his plight of the revolt, the new estate. Why, this is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, the merciless MacDonald from the western isles of Cairns and Gallowglasses is supplied.
So well thy words become thee as they wounds. Wait, I skipped a bunch of lines.
Keep going.
Go get him surgeons.
Stu exits quickly.
Who comes here?
Nothing happens.
Who comes here?
For a moment, nothing continues to happen. Then Stu rushes back on, pulling on a different shirt.
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king!
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won. Oh, damn it, I did it again.
Too late, that's the last line of the scene. Lights.
Stu and Elle exit. Colette and Kevin enter. Something about the witch costume is physically bothering her, and she's fidgety. A moment later, Stu rushes back on, pulling on a different costume. He's even more out of breath.
Lights up.
Oh, hail, Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. Oh, hail, Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. Oh, hail, Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? My partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction. To me you speak not. Speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Oh, lesser than Macbeth and greater, not so harpy yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings though thou be none, so all hail Macbeth and Banquo, all hail the ketchup.
You imperfect speakers, you tell me more.
Whither are they vanished?
Colette wandered away.
Or into the air, it seems.
Lights.
Stu exits. Lydia enters.
Lights up.
My dearest love, Duncan, here comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Oh, your hand, your tongue, look like the innocent flower, but the serpent under it. You shall put this night's greatest business into my dispatch.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor is to fear. Leave the rest me.
Lights.
Kevin exits, almost forgetting to look where he's going as he's still looking at the audience. Al enters, still dressed as Duncan, and two of them bump into each other as they pass.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Lights up.
See, our honored hostess. Where is the Dane of Cawdor?
Lights.
What, did I skip again?
No, that was my fault. I jumped in too early.
Oh, well, I'll continue then.
No, you won't. I said lights, and I stand by that statement. Next scene.
Al and Lydia exits. Kevin enters, looking at the audience.
Lights up.
Boys, you asked for me?
No, you naughty has.
Oh, we will proceed no further in his business. Oh, he hath ordered me of rape.
Art thou appeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait, and I would.
Oh, I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more? None.
When you durst do it, then you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man.
Oh, but what if we shall fail?
We fail, but screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. What cannot you and I perform on the unguarded Duncan?
Oh, when market time we're fair as show. Force face must hide what a force heart doth know.
Lights.
Lydia exits. Kevin fumbles with his costume as if he's missing something. Stu rushes in, hands him a dagger, and rushes out again.
Lights up. Well, get on with it.
Looks back.
I will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are my chambermaids. Oh, here I will set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Oh, eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love.
He stabs himself, then drops the dagger and runs off on the verge of tears.
Wasn't that?
Yes. That was Romeo's final soliloquy.
That was Juliet. Yeah, it was Juliet who stabbed herself, not Romeo.
Was. But it doesn't matter. Because this is Macbeth! I'm going to go settle this. Jeff, you read him in until I return.
Read him in?
Yes, what you do when an actor is missing. But in this case, when Kevin is missing, you do know how to read, yes?
Yes. But...
Good. Now get out there and continue rehearsal.
Get out there?
Go!
He exits. Jeff takes a script and nervously goes to center stage. He picks up the dagger and reads.
Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use.
Terry turns.
We'll be without Kevin for a bit while he gets all that out of his system. Lights. Next scene.
He sits in his chair and beckons Jeff to join him. Confused, Jeff looks around, returns to his seat. Al runs in, covered in stage blood.
Ty,
Al, I already told you. We're not giving Duncan a bloody death scene.
But I thought that...
And you thought wrong. The king's murder happens off stage, and that's where it stays. Now you're holding up rehearsal. Get going. And you'd better have that costume laundered by tomorrow. Wishes, please.
Colette enters, still cleaning her costume.
Where's your cauldron? Never mind. Lights up.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, and cauldron bubble. Oh, I forgot my cauldron.
I know. Keep going.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Oh, now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is't you do?
I guess that's all we're getting out of her. Lights.
Colette starts to exit, but stops halfway, too distracted to move. Al enters as the doctor.
Lights up.
Besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Lydia enters, rubbing her hands. Al nudges Colette.
Hey, watch it. Oh, hello, you. Here she comes.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
Yet here's a spot.
Yet here is a spot. Out, damn spot. Out, I say. One,
two. Why then?
'Tis time to
do it.
Hell is murky, fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a field.
What need we fear? Who knows it?
When none can call our power to account.
Yet who would have thought the guy to have so much ketchup on him?
Yet who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife.
Where is she now?
What will these rags now be?
What? Will these rags ne'er be clean?
All right, that does it. You will never have me part. Do you understand?
She backs Colette up. Colette trips over her costume and falls on her back.
Oh, and only myself will be playing Lady Macbeth.
Everyone else is stunned. Kevin enters carrying a suitcase.
I just wanted to let you all know that I decided to take a brief sabbatical to get myself straightened out. I'm sure you'll all be fine.
Stu comes rushing out with a mock-up of Kevin's severed head.
We at the end yet?
In his rush, he doesn't see Al, Lydia, or Colette. He crashes into Lydia, who falls backward into Al and onto the floor. Al stumbles backward and grabs a rope for support. Stu's bump into Lydia sends him toppling over Colette, and he falls to the floor as the head flies out at Jeff, who also hits the ground. Al loses his grip on the rope, falls down, and by releasing the rope causes a sandbag or light to drop onto Kevin, setting him down as well.
I knew I shouldn't have said that.
I think we've got ourselves a great show. What do you think, Jeff?
Jeff sits up, grabs a whiskey bottle out of Ty's bag, and starts drinking it as he lies down on the floor. Curtain, and that's the end of the show. Thank you, everyone.
Woo! That was so fun.
Uncle Dennis, do you have a little apple juice there?
It's water. It is water.
Oh, okay.
I had my scotch earlier.
Yeah. Around 3, I think. Yeah.
Yes, good point. Yes, I did. Very good.
Christine, I don't know if you saw, but I've got your 2 weird sisters here.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Oh
I
my
saved
gosh.
them in memory of you.
Oh, that's so great.
He was a very
So
lonely
great.
man, but not anymore.
The head of your bed. That's crazy. Oh, God.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that
thank
was
you,
fun.
thank you everyone who's in the audience for joining us. Thanks for being
Yes,
here.
thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me.
Thanks, Ed, for putting this together.
Oh, thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And I miss the show. I miss you guys. I miss the theater, really. But
Yeah.
I think we all do.
We all do.
Yes, we do.
all do.
I do.
Yeah.
What
So
was
thank
the-
you from
what
the
did you
audience,
say
all of
after
us who
we
are
missed
like
you
dying
all?
for some entertainment. So thank you.
Well, thanks. We're so
Tough.
glad you're here and participating.
Yeah, thank you very much. What was that you said, Dennis?
You froze for a minute. What did you say after thank you all and I couldn't.
Oh,
I didn't hear anything.
He said you were a jackass, but
Yeah. No,
Sorry, my
no, just thank you all for coming. Thank you all for doing this. It is almost as much fun as doing it the first time. It was great. I loved it.
Thank you, Don, for inviting me.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
And
I
I-
finally figured it out.
Awesome.
Are you really not wearing any pants for?
I'm just wearing my Petite Le Fleur tights. They're very tight.
You know, I took a
He's wearing
picture.
that
Someone
outfit.
someone took a picture of Rick backstage in his costume with his tights on, and he had his legs crossed, reading his script. And I had that picture next to my desk at work. And once in a while, someone
my
would
God.
notice it, that there's a picture of a man with fishnet stockings.
Oh God.
They
next to
probably
my-
thought that you had quite a relationship. Well, that is the picture that your dad sent to Frank Beckman.
Yeah.
He sent that to Frank and said, "Look, this is what you work with."
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Oh, that's fun.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
I'm
Frank
sure it
never
got
let me
you-
live that down.
Yes, I'm sure that got you ahead in life.
Yeah. Well, not until I tipped $5, but you know.
Well, it's great to see you, Christine. Christine,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Hi, Christina. I'm Terry.
Hi, Terry. You did such a
Yes.
great job.
I
I
thought
was
you'd
loving
meet you.
it. Yeah.
I think I
And
love
don't worry, I'm
Christine.
not trying to steal your part in real life.
I think I love Christine and Terry the most because they're the only two women in it.
There you go.
Well, fine then.
Yeah.
Have the operation,
don't
so you'll
mind
you'll like me better next time.
Oh,
I don't mind by saying I agree. I like the ladies too,
Ah, dude, that's so
including
nice of you.
Don.
Yeah, but you
Including
keep a
Don.
picture of me in my tights on your desk.
Oh man.
And thank you, Diana, for almost stepping in if she's
Yes,
still
thank you.
here.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Diana.
Diana, thanks, and I'm so sorry again for keeping everyone waiting. I was so embarrassed.
I thought it was part of the show.
It kind of was.
It was.
It,
You
it
figured
kinda
it out.
was.
It
yeah.
fit right in.
So consistent with my character.
Now we got to
What's that?
rewrite the whole script to add that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get
Don't
right on
make
that.
it longer.
And the insert that I was so worried about worked out. I was all happy.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought
nice
we
and
did
smooth.
wonderfully with it.
Yeah, it was the best it's worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all those nights on stage, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, thank you for taking this on. This was an awesome thing to try and do. I'm just new to Zoom, so I'm lucky I got in. So amazing.
Well, thank you for
Laughing.
witnessing this.
Yeah,
Whatever
Thank
you
you
were
for
Yeah.
being here and laughing.
subjecting yourself to it, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, I can't see who's talking. Is that Jeannie Garwood?
That's Jeannie. That's
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Hey, everybody. That's my 7th grade drama teacher.
Oh
hi.
my goodness,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you
so
had
great.
said.
That's amazing.
And that
That's great.
just love the
Yeah,
technology.
we've kept in touch.
Cool.
Beautiful,
Well,
beautiful.
and it's my understanding that that was like Don's toughest 4 years was 7th grade.
Yeah. It's the only class I got an A in, though. I'll
Well,
tell
I
you.
did have him in 8th grade too, so it may have been 8 years.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
I know you just told him he was in 8th grade. That was nice of you. Oh, look, you've been moved up to 8th grade. Huh, why's the book the same? Never mind.
Unfortunately,
Rick, what a hoot. Oh,
we didn't see my high school drama teacher, who was the one I was thinking of when I wrote Lydia.
Oh, that's so
Ah.
great.
That's fun. I didn't know that. I never knew that.
Yeah.
And
And
I
you know who
thought
my
it was Don.
you know who my high school drama teacher was?
Mm-mm.
Patty V.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Really?
Oh, that is too funny. Oh, that's funny. I wish you told me that. I would have channeled her more.
Yeah.
Are you all Michiganders? Obviously, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
At least some of us originally. Not all of us are here anymore.
Yeah.
I saw Ed in Patty's production of Little Shop of Horrors. Didn't you
Wow.
do Bushnick?
I was Seymour.
Seymour. Okay, I'm
I was
sorry.
Seymour.
Okay.
Nice.
And that was
That's
so
why
out,
you lost
far
the
outside of
plot.
my range. I'm a bass, and that is such a tenor part, but
Yes, that's a tenor. Yes.
it was a stretch. It was.
Yeah.
I had the look though. I definitely had the look at the time.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
So how's
You know-
New York, Christine?
It's really fun. It's really fun. I mean, it's been a weird year, but I think that's true for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ed, I just echo, it's so fun to do some theater
Yeah.
because I think we've all missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fun.
And to hear these words again.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh, it is such a fun
Such a
place.
fun show. Such
Yeah.
a
There's so many clever parts. I love it.
It is.
And I love that you all love it. So
Yeah.
Well, I think as a director over the years, it's a director's nightmare, but sometimes we create our own problems too. So that's
Yeah.
what I enjoyed about it.
That split scene.
Dream. It's,
Yeah, there's no set.
like, okay, it's a stage. Empty
That was
stage.
it. It was an easy set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a bunch of junk on the stage, and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
thanks a
it's-
lot. Call us junk.
Yeah. He does that the whole show. He calls you
Yeah.
the whole show, man.
It needs to be
Dennis,
done
you can
more.
come out of character now. Yeah.
You don't get it. That's his real character.
Yeah, this is me.
A drunk.
You won't. I don't think you'll admit it, Ed, but I heard myself in some of those lines.
No, I won't admit that because I don't think you inspired any of that. But okay, if you think so.
To
You wanna
himself
own them.
late at night when he was working on those sets all by himself,
That's
and
it. Yes.
cursing us all.
I know Rick heard himself in his lines a lot.
Oh, stop. I'm a theater guy.
And
What do you want
Don
from me?
too. And Don too.
Yeah.
You just make me laugh, Don, whenever. Just
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, Lydia.
The only problem with Zoom is the big screen focuses on whoever's speaking. And so you don't, when Dennis is saying those lines about Al, you don't get Don's reactions, which
I
were so
know.
precious to
That-
the
that-
lines.
That's why I
That's
pinned
so
everybody's video when
Yeah,
as soon as you came in, I
split it
pinned
up
them.
into, I don't know
Oh.
what to call it, but there's
Yeah.
a
Gallery view.
gallery
Yeah.
view.
And that's what I'm in. So I see
That's
all of
what
it.
I'm in too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after this, I'm going to be making sure we have a usable video, and then I'm going to post it on YouTube, so you'll actually get
Oh,
to see
God.
everyone's.
Oh, great.
Oh, he's going to use us.
Yep, to make no money.
Good job out of it.
He's going to embarrass us.
That's right.
That too.
I think we embarrassed ourselves, but as long as we made Ed
That's that
proud.
one long ago, Charlie. We passed embarrassment years back.
That's true. I have no self-esteem.
Well,
And I saved the hat, Christine. This is the same hat I wore that you got to wear.
It's so good. Yep. Yep.
I bought it special for the show.
Oh, Stu.
And I even dug up the original rabbit.
I thought that looked familiar.
Oh my God.
I thought that looked familiar too.
But,
They used
but
the same
I
rabbit
thought
in
he
the other
tore
show?
it up. Oh,
I
the
think
magic
so.
of theater.
I drew a new rabbit each night, but this is the one that I saved from Broadway.
And I don't think
can
every
tell as you're
night,
drawing.
and I'm pretty sure every night there was something a little different about every rabbit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm freehanding this. So.
Yes. Yes, the rabbit's carrot kept moving.
I didn't care at all. So.
Oh, God.
Look, he's got 3 ears. Nope, that's a carrot. Look, he has a, never mind. That's a carrot. All right. Well, I'm going to go to bed now because
Before you guys
I've
go,
way too late.
Rick, before you go, I just got to say, the costumes, Ed, if you could put that final scene up again with all our costumes on there. Those were Grosse Pointe Theater costumes, a lot of them, right, Dennis? And over the years since that show, I got to wear almost every single one of those except for Lydia's costume.
That's amazing.
I got to wear my costume as the French taunter in Spamalot.
Oh, God.
And I got to wear Don's costume, and I think I actually wore Rick's costume for another show.
And I bet you you had Lydia's costume in the closet right now. Don't you?
Yeah. Now it's
maybe.
at the end.
Waiting for the opportunity.
Oh, that's the witches.
Yeah, probably he keeps the
Oh,
cowboy.
the witch's costume was the best.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
Dennis, that was an amazing piece you built.
That's the
Yeah,
best
it really
prop-
was.
Best prop I ever made in my life. And you, Christy, you used it better than, oh my God, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was such a fun costume and
I
such
know.
an absurd
I watched
idea.
the DVD when we first decided to do this, and I just laughed my tushy off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And Dennis, I don't care what you say, you did not use Christine as the model for these witches.
Yeah, right. I didn't. No.
Oh, he used you, Charlie, but
He used me.
Right.
we didn't want to say
Actually,
anything.
I used myself. I was in the middle when I was playing with it.
You know what they call that, Dennis, when you
Yes,
use yourself.
Don't say it.
All right, I
Usury.
shan't. Yes.
Well, I'm going to go and get something to eat now.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to sign off. Thank
Well,
you, Don. for
yeah.
So
Thank
nice
you
to
again.
see all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you again,
it's
everybody.
Really, it's so
Love you.
lovely.
Take care. Love you
Yeah.
all.
We miss you
Look,
guys.
Love
Yep.
you all.
I miss you guys
Yeah.
too.
Christina,
Hopefully-
love you.
Yeah.
Great to see
Diana
you.
for coming.
Hopefully this summer, if I
thank
come
you.
up to
Thank you,
Michigan,
everybody.
we can
Oh.
go to
Yeah,
Rest stop.
no, what the hell's the name of the place that we
Gilbert's.
Gilbert's.
Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, maybe things will be back to normal by August. Who knows?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm getting my first shot with Liv on Monday and our second shot in February.
Awesome.
Great.
Good.
Oh, that's great.
Wow,
Well,
you really have
Nancy's
some fun
had both of her shots, so she's
yeah, good.
picking out a coffin for me. And
God.
Oh,
no,
I'm sure
actually,
I'm sure
I'm
she
gonna-
did that years ago, Rick.
yeah, no, I'm going to be cremated
hole-
because I
there's a
don't think I
hole in the
have 6
backyard.
friends who can. So, I got to do is have one person, with like a Foster's beer can, and then ashes, and then.
Well, hey, Rick, here's the thing. Even if you don't have 6 friends who will carry you on that day, what I always figure is there's going to be at least 6 people who will want
Where
to
did he
make
go?
sure I wind up in that hole.
Well,
Now
now
they'll
that's very
volunteer.
possible.
They'll volunteer.
God.
But if it's a dog covering you over, that's not, Well, God bless
Okay,
all of you.
Well,
You too.
Yeah, likewise. Take
Thanks,
care.
guys.
God bless everybody.
Take
Bye.
care.
Thanks again
Thank
for
you
being
all.
here.
Take
Thank
care.
You, Ed.
Thank
Thanks for
Bye.
doing this, for
Yeah.
thinking this all up. This is great.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
a lot.
really
Bye,
is.
everybody.
I'm glad you could all make it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.